Many people dream of a dog that gets along with everyone, whether at the park, on walks, or inside the house. A friendly dog that interacts without conflicts and participates in family moments without causing stress. This scenario seems ideal, but reality is not always like this. Not all dogs are born naturally sociable. Some become tense when they see other animals, show signs of aggression when strangers approach, or simply prefer to stay isolated. This difficulty in coexistence can generate fights in public places, intense anxiety during walks, and even the complete isolation of the dog inside the house. But there is a way to change this behavior. Socialization is the key to transforming the way your dog relates to the world around it. When done well, it reduces fear, improves behavior, and promotes the animal's mental well-being. Socialized dogs are more balanced, less reactive, and can enjoy life with more security. Additionally, socialization directly impacts the dog's emotional health, preventing problems like chronic anxiety, aggression, and destructive behaviors. Let's explore how you can socialize your dog effectively and ensure it has a calmer and happier life. Today, you will learn 10 practical and proven ways to socialize your dog with other dogs. We will show everything from the first steps in puppyhood to techniques that work with adult dogs. You will understand how to choose the right environments, which signs to observe during interactions, and how your own posture directly influences your dog's behavior. These strategies will help you avoid stressful situations, reduce conflicts, and create a lighter and more pleasant routine for the whole family. Before we start, please leave in the comments your name and the city where you are watching our content from. We love knowing how far our content reaches. Let's go. Way 1. Start from puppyhood. The most effective socialization happens in the first weeks of life. There is a period called the imprinting phase, which occurs approximately between 3 and 14 weeks of age. During this window, the puppy's brain is extremely receptive to new stimuli. Everything it experiences in this phase shapes its future behavior. This is the moment when you should introduce the dog to different sounds, smells, textures, people, and other animals. The more positive experiences it has, the more confident and balanced it will be in adult life. Take the puppy to varied environments, allow it to smell new objects, meet people of different ages, and interact with calm and healthy dogs. But attention, this exposure needs to be safe. Respect the vaccination schedule and avoid places with contamination risk. The idea is to build positive memories. Never force situations that frighten or hurt the puppy. This foundation is essential for a sociable and confident dog. Way number 2, frequent walks in busy places. After the dog is protected by vaccines, start taking it to environments with movement. Streets, squares, fairs, and boardwalks are great places for this gradual exposure. The goal is to get the dog used to noises, movements, people passing by, bicycles, cars, and even other animals. At first, choose calmer times and stay just a few minutes at the location. Observe how it reacts. If it shows fear or nervousness, don't force it. Go back home and try again another day, gradually increasing the time. Your posture during these walks makes all the difference. If you are calm and confident, the dog will feel there is no danger. Keep the leash loose. Avoid pulling or tensing. Reward positive behaviors with affection or treats. Over time, it will associate these environments with pleasant experiences and stop reacting with anxiety. This regular practice is one of the most effective ways to prepare the dog to live in society. Way 3. Controlled meetings with balanced dogs. Not every dog is a good interaction model. If you want to socialize your dog, start by introducing it to animals that are already calm, well-mannered, and do not show aggression. These meetings should happen in neutral locations like a park or a quiet street, never inside one of the dog's homes. Territory can generate defensive behavior. Let the animals smell each other, but keep the leashes loose so that neither of them feels trapped. Pay attention to body signals. Ears back, rigid tail, growling, or locked body indicate discomfort. If this happens, calmly separate the dogs and try again at another time. Ideally, the first interaction should be brief and positive. Over time, increase the duration of the meetings. This strategy helps the dog understand that other animals do not represent a threat and that coexisting can be something pleasurable. Way number 4, group training classes. Training in groups offers advantages that go far beyond obedience. When the dog participates in classes together with other animals, it learns to concentrate even amid distractions. This reinforces self-control and improves the capacity for coexistence. Additionally, in these environments, the dog realizes that there are rules and limits which facilitate social interaction. It learns to wait its turn, not to react to abrupt movements from other dogs, and to respond to the owner's commands even with stimuli around. Professionals who conduct these classes know how to mediate conflicts, correct inappropriate behaviors, and reinforce positive attitudes. Participating in group training also brings you closer to other owners, which creates opportunities for safe socialization outside of classes. The discipline acquired in this environment is reflected in calmer walks, less reactivity, and greater confidence from the dog in new situations. Way number 5, use of toys and activities in pairs. Play is a powerful tool for creating bonds between dogs. When two animals play together, they learn to respect limits, to share space, and to communicate in a healthy way. Use toys that encourage interaction without generating competition. Large balls, ropes, and toys that can be pulled by two dogs at the same time work very well. Avoid offering only one small object, as this can cause disputes. Another strategy is to use games that stimulate cooperation, like hiding treats in an environment and letting the dogs search together. This activity reduces competitiveness and stimulates teamwork. During play, observe the dog's behavior. If one of them starts to become too agitated or aggressive, interrupt the activity and give time for both to calm down. The important thing is that the experience is positive and reinforces the idea that being with another dog is fun and safe. Way 6, socialization in parks and squares that other dogs frequent. These spaces are great for socialization, but they require care. Before releasing your dog, observe the environment. See how the other animals are behaving. If there are very agitated dogs, aggressive ones, or without supervision, it may not be the best time. When you decide to enter, stay alert. Stay close to your dog in the first few minutes and see how it reacts. Some dogs adapt quickly. Others need more time. Respect its pace. Don't force interactions. If it prefers to stay close to you at first, that's fine. Over time, it will gain confidence. Intervene only if you notice signs of real conflict, like prolonged growling, bites, or aggressive chasing. Small corrections between dogs are part of canine communication and do not need interference. Remember that these spaces also have etiquette rules. Pick up feces, don't bring females in heat, and avoid bringing unvaccinated dogs or those with a history of aggression. Way number 7, energy control before contact. Dogs with accumulated energy tend to be more reactive, anxious, and even aggressive. Before introducing your dog to another animal, take a walk or a light run. This physical exercise helps release excess energy and leaves the dog calmer and more receptive. When the body is tired, the mind becomes calmer. The dog starts to react in a more balanced way to the stimuli around. This strategy is especially important for more active breeds or dogs that spend a lot of time alone at home. Ideally, the exercise should happen at least 30 minutes before the meeting. This way, the dog arrives at the interaction location in a more relaxed mental state. This significantly reduces the risk of conflicts and facilitates communication between the animals. Many owners ignore this step and face unnecessary difficulties. Physical preparation is as important as emotional preparation. Way number 8, progressive exposure to different dog profiles. Socializing does not only mean introducing your dog to one or two canine friends. It is important that it meets animals of varied sizes, ages, temperaments, and breeds. Small dogs move differently from large ones. Puppies have more energy and less sense of space. Elderly dogs are usually calmer and more tolerant. Animals of different breeds have distinct body languages. The more variety your dog experiences, the more prepared it will be to handle any situation. Start with more predictable meetings and gradually expand the range. This diversity helps the dog develop behavioral flexibility. It learns to adapt, to respect differences, and not to react with fear or aggression when faced with the unknown. This skill is fundamental for coexistence in public environments and for the animal's emotional health throughout life. Way 9. Positive reinforcement during meetings. Whenever your dog behaves well during an interaction, reward it. Use treats, verbal praise, or affection. This reinforcement creates a positive association in the animal's mind. It comes to understand that being near other dogs brings good things. Over time, this association strengthens and the behavior becomes natural. Positive reinforcement is much more effective than punishments or scolding. When you reward what is right, the dog repeats that behavior. When you punish, it can become confused, afraid, or even more reactive. The key is to be consistent. Reinforce whenever it approaches another dog calmly, when it obeys a command during the interaction, or when it shows curiosity without aggression. This method works with dogs of any age and is one of the foundations of modern training. Socialization becomes faster and more efficient when rewards are involved. Way 10. Attention to the owner's own behavior. Dogs are masters at reading human energy. If you are tense, nervous, or afraid, your dog will notice, and it will interpret this as a sign that there is danger. Many socialization problems happen because the owner transmits insecurity. When you hold the leash tightly, pull the dog back, or speak in an altered tone, you are sending a clear message. Something is wrong. The dog reacts to this by becoming more alert, defensive, or aggressive. On the other hand, when you are calm, confident, and relaxed, the dog feels there is no reason for concern. It loosens up, explores the environment, and interacts naturally. Work on your own posture. Breathe deeply before meetings. Keep the leash loose. Avoid yelling or making abrupt movements. Your energy is your dog's emotional thermometer. Controlling your own behavior is one of the most powerful ways to facilitate socialization. Socializing your dog brings immediate and visible benefits. You will notice less anxiety during walks, less aggression in casual encounters, and more calm in daily life. The dog stops reacting with fear or nervousness when faced with other animals and begins to interact in a balanced way. In the long term, the gains are even greater. A well-socialized dog is healthier, both physically and mentally. It suffers less from chronic stress, has fewer behavioral problems, and lives more fully. Coexistence in the family also improves. You can receive visitors without fear of inappropriate reactions, walk in busy places without tension, and even travel with more peace of mind. Socialization directly impacts the quality of life of the dog and everyone around it. It is not just a matter of education or convenience. It is a real necessity for the animal's well-being. Socializing is not optional. It is an essential part of the dog's life. Start today and see the difference it makes.